So you can see this screen with sentences 11 to 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think you have already done these sentences and we need to check the answers. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us now check the answers for sentences 11 to 20. Shh, be quiet, John dash, and the root verb is sleep. What is the
John
answer?
is sleeping.
John is sleeping. Correct. You can tick your answers. You may have written them down in your notebook. Tick them, or if you have it wrong, correct your answers. It dash rain it all week. I hope it stops by Saturday because I want to go to the beach. It dash all week. Who can give me the answer? Uh, it
It
dash.
has been raining all week.
It has been raining all week. Does that mean that it is raining even now?
Yes, miss,
Yes,
it means it's raining still now.
Okay, it is raining now. And when did the rain start?
at the start of the week.
Uh,
Yes, 1 week ago. So, yeah, maybe at the start of the week or 1 week ago. And then that is the meaning when you say has been plus ing. Started at a point of time in the past and it is still continuing in the present. So, has been raining is the correct answer. Listen, Donna, I don't care if you dashed the bus this morning. You dashed late to work too many times. You are fired. Listen, Donna, I don't care if you dashed the bus this morning.
If you missed the bus this
Yeah,
morning.
it is the simple past tense missed. Yes, simple past tense form missed MISSED, missed the bus this morning. You dash late to work too many times.
have been late
Yes,
to
yes,
work.
yes. You're right. You have been late to work too many times. You are fired. You're right. Have been. HAVEBEEN. I am sick of rain and bad weather. Hopefully, when we dash up tomorrow morning, the sun dash. I am sick of rain and bad weather. Hopefully, when we dash up tomorrow morning.
When we are waking up tomorrow morning, the sun shine. The sun is shining.
Mm, that's tomorrow morning.
How?
So,
When we wake up
Ma'am,
tomorrow
yeah,
morning, the sun will shine.
ma'am,
yes. Go ahead, tell me.
hopefully, I am sick of the rain and bad weather. Hopefully, when we wake up
Hmm.
tomorrow morning, the sun shines
Ma'am,
Ah,
or the
how
sun will
about
shine.
The sun
oh,
will shine, right?
the sun will shine. Okay, somebody else has an answer. Let me
yes,
listen to
ma'am.
that also.
Uh,
Yeah.
Ma'am, how about when we have woken up tomorrow morning?
Hmm.
Um, I'm sorry, I lost the sentence. Yes, I found it. When we have woken up tomorrow morning, the sun will shine or will be shining.
Okay, so I have two students here who have given me part one answer right and the other wrong. So I am going to tell you the one which you gave me earlier was hopefully when we wake up tomorrow morning. The simple present tense, that is the right answer. When we will wake up, no, the sun will be shining. Just now you gave me the answer will be shining, that is right, because one is a continuous action and one is a momentary action. That is why when one of you gave me this answer, when we will be waking up tomorrow morning, waking up is actually not a continuous action. It happens in a moment, a momentary action. But the sun shining is not a momentary action. It doesn't just shine for a moment and then stop. It is a continuous action. Since the sunshine is a shining is a continuous action, we will mark the answer as will be shining. So future continuous tense. But in the first blank, we are going to use only the simple future tense because it is a momentary action. So when we wake up tomorrow morning, the sun will be shining. Okay. Now coming to sentence 15. I have not travelled much yet. However, I dash the Grand Canyon and San Francisco by the time I leave the United States. Now this is
I will visit.
I will visit
I
the Grand
will be
I
visiting.
will be visiting.
I have not travelled much yet is actually which tense? Can you name the tense? Have not travelled. It's not the past tense because there is have. Na? Have signifies perfect. Has, have and had. These three signify perfect tense. So you tell me, is it present perfect or past perfect?
Present perfect.
Yes, because has and have signify present perfect and had signifies past perfect. So I have not travelled much yet is the present perfect tense. Okay, now I dashed the Grand Canyon and San Francisco by the time I leave United States. That means, have I visited Grand Canyon yet? Or have I visited San Francisco yet? No, but that is an action that is going to take place in the future. Okay, so somebody just gave me an answer. I will visit. I will visit the Grand Canyon and San Francisco by the time I leave United States. But if this was not there, by the time I leave United States, I would say all right, but I will visit the Grand Canyon and San Francisco. That is at some future point of time. You are giving a deadline for the future. In the future, you are giving a deadline. By the time I leave United States, I now this is not the correct answer. I will visit. There is a closer option or a more exact option of tenses. Yes. Yes.
However, I would have visited the Grand Canyon.
Would have visited or will have visited?
Will have visited.
I will have visited. Future perfect tense. That is supposed to be the right one here. With present perfect, you are using future perfect because present perfect is the action is still over or not yet over, just over, and future perfect matches with present perfect. Will have visited Grand Canyon and San Francisco by the time I leave United States. 16th one, I dash many pictures of the pyramid before I went to Egypt. Pictures of the monuments are very misleading. The pyramids are actually quite small. I
had seen.
I had seen many pictures.
Okay.
I saw.
Yeah. Okay. I saw. I had seen. Two options I have got. Now, those who gave me, two students gave me the answer of had seen. So, is there a rule that you are following? If there is a rule that you are following, can you explain what that rule is? The had rule. When do you use had in a sentence? Does anybody want to answer this? When do you use had in a sentence?
Two actions When two
Yes.
actions are taking place, we use have, we use these things.
When two actions are taking
And
place, when?
Miss, for the later action we use had because past perfect tense.
So two actions have taken place in the past.
In the
Okay.
past. Yes.
All right. So you are saying for one action you use had, and then for the other action what do you use?
ing.
No. Anybody else who knows the had rule? All right, let me give you the had rule. When two actions have already taken place in the past and they took place at different points of time in the past, then for the one that took place earlier you use had, and one that took place later you use simple past tense. Look at this sentence. I had seen many pictures of the pyramids before I went to Egypt. In this sentence, two actions took place in the past. First action was you seeing the pictures of pyramids. Another action was you going to Egypt. So your visit to Egypt was earlier than seeing the pictures, or the seeing the pictures was earlier than visiting Egypt. Very clearly, the word before denotes that you seeing the pictures was the action that took place earlier than your visit to the Egypt. To Egypt, not the Egypt, to Egypt. So then seeing the pictures is earlier action. And since it is the earlier action, you will use I had seen. That is the place where had comes for the earlier action. And you visiting Egypt is the later action, and so you have used the simple past tense went. Go is present, went is past, will go is future. So this is simple past went. So your answer is absolutely right. I had seen. Now there was a student who gave me this answer. I saw many pictures of the pyramids before I went to Egypt. When two actions are in the past and one took place earlier than the other, then for both you cannot put simple past. For both you cannot put simple past saw and simple past went, because then there is no indication which took place earlier. I mean, for the earlier had has to be there. So had seen is the answer. In the last 100 years, traveling dash much easier and very comfortable. In the 19th century, it dashed 2 or 3 months to cross North America by covered wagon. The trip dash very rough and often dangerous. Things dash a great deal in the last 150 years. Now you can fly from New York to Los Angeles in a matter of hours. Let us redo bit by bit. In the last 100 years, traveling dash much easier and very comfortable. What could be the answer?
Has become.
Yes, correct. Has become much easier and very comfortable. In the 19th century, it dashed 2 or 3 months to cross North America. The student who just answered, what is your name? I cannot actually get your voice very clearly. If you are if you can use headphones which has a mic, then your answers can come clearly to me. I can sort of make out the answers, but not very clearly. Try using a earphone with a headphone with a mic. In the 19th century, it dashed 2 or 3 months to cross North America. What could be the answer for this?
It took 2 or 3 months.
Okay, it took 2 or 3 months.
It takes 2 or 3 months.
But then that is 19th century, no? We are now in which century? We are in the
21st.
21st.
21st century. So when there was this year 2000, after 1000 years, 2000, just as 2000 started, the 20th century got over and the 21st century began. So this was past. 19th century is past. So you cannot say takes, because takes is present. In the 19th century, you said took 2 or 3 months to cross North America by covered wagon. The trip dash very rough and often dangerous. The trip
Used to be.
used to be. Then can we say used to take?
Yes.
But then the word use is not there, no? Used. Only take and only be is there. Otherwise, they would say use plus be. Then we can say used to be. Use plus be. Or
The
use
trip
plus
had
take.
been.
It had been taken.
That it had been taken. No.
It would take.
In the 19th century, it would take 2 or 3 months. And then what would you say for the trip? The trip
Had been.
had been very rough and
Would be.
often dangerous. Would is future, na? Would be is future, but we are talking about 19th century past. The trip had been very rough and trip had been. Then it means you had taken the trip. Then you can say the trip had been. And then also please remember the had rule. Here two actions are not taking place in the had. Two actions of the past are not mentioned in this sentence. So had to will not come.
And the trip
Things.
was very rough.
Yes, very simple. Simple past tense. It took 2 to 3 months is correct, simple past tense, and the trip was very rough. Both you will use in the simple past. And both are the right answers. And in the first sentence.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, please.
Yes, so when we are saying the trip was very rough, we did not make use of the word be or become or anything as such, but be is given in the brackets. What about that?
Because these are the different forms of be, na? What are the different forms of be? Be is the root verb and it has 5 forms. Is, was, are, were, am. These are the 5 forms of be, and be also is included. So when I say be,
Okay, ma'am.
I have all these 5 options for me. Is, was, are, were, and am. These are the 5 forms. And you can still use be as it is. That also is the option available.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So in the last 100 years, traveling has become, H-A-S-B-E-C-O-M-E, has become much easier. It took 2 or 3 months. The trip was very rough and often dangerous. Okay. Things dash a great deal in the last 150 years. Things dash. What could be the answer here?
Have changed.
Yes, have changed. Now you are matching it with the first blank. Has become present perfect. Have changed also present perfect. Because now the action of the trips being rough and long is over. So have changed a great deal. Now you can fly from New York in a matter of hours. Joseph's English dash Joseph's English dash, isn't it? He dashed American television programs and dashes grammar every day since he first arrived in San Diego. Soon he will be totally fluent. So let's redo bit by bit. Joseph's English dash, isn't it?
Has really
Joseph's
improved.
English is really improving, isn't it?
Is really improving.
Has
What
really
about
improved.
Has really improved.
has really improved? Okay, if you are using is really improving, then in that case, what would you use in the next blank? He dash American television programs.
He was watching American television programs.
So that means his English is improving now and he was watching those programs in the past.
He watches.
He
So
has
if
Yes,
it
been
is,
ma'am.
watching.
acha,
Because afterwards
Watches?
it's written that his grammar every day since he first arrived. Means he's still watching.
so you will say and studying his grammar,
Yes, ma'am.
but the word since is there, na? So when you use since, you generally use the perfect tense. Has, have or had.
So, ma'am has been watching American television program.
Just, yeah, I will listen to your answer. Just give me a second. When you are using since, it means that the action started in the past, slightly in the recent past. That is since. And then it could be continuing in the present. That is when we use since. That is why we use the perfect tense, either has or have or had. Generally, present perfect tense has or have when you use since. Now, sorry, I did not hear your answer. Can you repeat it? I just asked you to wait for a second. Can you repeat your answer?
He has been watching.
If you are giving me the answer has been watching, I would advise you to please give me what is your first blank answer, because we haven't finalized on that as of yet.
Ma'am, it would be Joseph's English is really improving because afterwards the question tag is isn't it? If we use has been improving, then we have to change that also. It would be hasn't it?
Mm.
Is improving.
So it would be is really improving.
Because of the question tag, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is your answer for the next blank?
He has been watching American television programs and studying his grammar.
Every day. Since he first arrived in San Diego, soon he will be totally fluent. What is your name?
My name is Kirti.
Kirti's all the three answers are right.
Thank you,
Well
ma'am.
done, well done, Kirti, and your explanation about the question tag and the relevant match is also right. But I think you had earlier not used had for watch. It was you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you understood why has comes here?
Because there is sin, so he had started learning from the past and he is still continuing. So it would be perfect continuous tense.
Has been watching.
Yes, ma'am.
Has been watching. Correct. You're right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please, yeah. Please note down the answers. Joseph's English is really improving, isn't it? He has been watching American television programs and studying. Now nothing else here. And studying his grammar every day since he first arrived in San Diego. Soon he will be totally fluent. Very good. When I dash home last night, I discovered that Jane dashed a beautiful candlelit dinner. When I arrived. When I arrived home last night, I discovered that Jane
Had prepared.
okay, had prepared a beautiful candlelit dinner. Can you explain why you using had? I mean, are both the actions completed in the past?
Ma'am, was preparing.
Yes, that's right. When I arrived, Jane was preparing. Now you would wonder why not had here and why past continuous tense was preparing is right here. Why is that? Because had is used when two actions are completed in the past. Here you are saying, when I arrived home last night, all right, action completed last night. Even Jane, might have prepared, but the word when is here. When that word when comes, that means the action of arriving, momentary action, took place when a continuous action was already taking place. Then you use when. So in this sentence, there are two actions. One is a momentary action and one is a continuous action. Jane preparing beautiful candlelit dinner was a continuous action in the past, and you arriving at that time was a momentary action. That is why you use when. That shows that two actions were happening at the same time. When the continuous action was happening, then this momentary action took place at that same time. That is why you don't use had. You understand that? They did not take place at two different points of time in the past. They took place at the same time. One was happening and one happened. I hope this explanation is clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now coming to sentence number 20. If you dash contact me sometime next week, I dash at the Sheraton in San Francisco. If you dash contact me sometime next week.
If you need to contact me sometime next week, I will be staying at the Sheraton in San Francisco.
Okay. If you need, then I will be staying. That means sometime next week, that person can contact me anytime. When am I going to stay at Sheraton?
I will be staying.
Okay.
I will be staying at the Sheraton in San Francisco.
Achha, listen to me. This does not tell that person very clearly when you are going to stay at the Sheraton, because if you need to contact me, let us say tomorrow at after 8 p.m. or if I'm giving a timeline, then I can say, all right, at that time I will be staying in the Sheraton. But contact me sometime next week means my action of staying at the Sheraton has already started. That is why I'm asking him, if you want to contact me next week, please note that I am staying at Sheraton in San Francisco. So I would say that I am already staying there. And then I would also say, if you will need to contact me sometime next week, because it's not sure that you would want to contact me, or you would manage things on your own and you would not want to contact me at all. So I can give two correct answers here. I can say okay to, if you need to contact me sometime next week, I am staying at the Sheraton in San Francisco. And then if I say, if you will need to contact me sometime next week, I am staying at the Sheraton in San Francisco, I will say an okay to that also. Now, out of the two, which is more appropriate, I think you take a moment to think about that. I would say, since I am staying is present continuous, I am staying at the Sheraton in San Francisco, I would say, to match that, you can more appropriately keep the present simple present tense need, even though the action is about to take place next week. It is not a sure action, it is an indecisive action. Not sure whether you will want to or not want to contact me, whether you will need to or not need to contact me. So let me once more announce the correct answer. If you need to contact me, please note they have omitted the preposition to. That has to be there. That is not a part of the verb, but that is a part of the sentence itself. It is a preposition. If you need to contact me sometime next week, I am staying at the Sheraton in San Francisco. That is the correct answer. All right.
So, ma'am, if they
Yes.
omit the prepositions, can we add them? Because even in the
Yes.
last slide, the sixth one, there was no in. So I got confused.
Let me go back to the previous slide. I came to England 6 months ago. I started my economics course 3 months ago. When I return to Australia, I will have studied for 9 months, and what was the sixth one? I
Will
dashed
have will have been in,
will have been in England for exactly
but there
1
was
year.
no in. So we can
And
add
will
the
have
preposition in
been
the answer.
in England. Yes, you are right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Now do this these 5 sentences. I will give you 5 minutes. Do as directed. He drinks coffee. You are supposed to write the answer using the simple present tense. And then Shaila is driving a car. Is driving is present continuous. You are supposed to use the simple present tense. So try doing these 5 sentences, and in the next slide I have 5 more sentences. Do all these 10 together, and then we will discuss the answers. But for 5 minutes I will display the first slide here. Sentences 1 to 5. After that I will change. And I'm going on mute so that I don't disturb you while you are writing your answers. And you also all please go on mute. I think 1 or 2 students have unmuted themselves.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
ma'am, what about those questions which we had already done? We didn't get the answer.
Hey, I discussed the answers for all 20. See,
No,
11 to...
the ones which we had emailed the answers to you.
That I'll do one thing. There is my whole email, my whole mailbox is totally full. I will discuss those answers with you in my next class. Monday and Tuesday I have BCom classes, so most probably our class will be on Wednesday. I think so. So whenever is my next class, I will discuss those answers, and you can keep your screenshots of your mail ready, or whatever you sent to me ready. So when I discuss it with you, you can tick mark it. Sorry, I really couldn't find time. I'm doing admission as well as classes, and then also reports. So I will orally discuss it with you, and thank you for reminding me about those.
No, ma'am, because we didn't get the answers, so as we were like.
Yeah, sure. I totally understand. I need to give you the correct answers.
Yeah,
I will do that. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Please.
Ma'am,
mute
what
your-
about
yeah,
the present progressive tense?
Present progressive means present continuous. Progressive and continuous both are same. Is plus ing or are plus ing, depending on whether it is singular or plural.
Thank you, ma'am.
So yeah, for singular it is plus ing, for plural it is are plus ing. So present continuous is present progressive. Okay. Please mute yourselves so that people get absolute silence while doing the exercise. If you have done with these, can I go to the next slide? Or you want me to display
Yes, ma'am.
this longer? Are you done with all the 10 sentences, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, shall we discuss the answers then?
Yes.
Okay. The first one, he drinks coffee. So the verb drinks is in which tense?
Present tense.
Present. Which present? Simple present, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect.
Present continuous.
Continuous is denoted by ing, right?
Present
Simple
simple.
present.
What is your answer? Change it into a
He is
simple
There are no.
present tense. What is your answer?
Ma'am,
He
it's
is
already simple present.
Yeah, you are right. The sentence is already in the simple present tense. He drinks coffee is the simple present tense. There is no need to change this sentence. It's already there. Next one, Shaila is driving a car. Use the simple present tense form. Is
Shahla
driving
drives a car.
drives a car. Is driving is present continuous. So you're going to use the simple present tense drives. Correct? Now somebody else can give me the answer. Harish did not water the plants. Use the present progressive tense.
Harish
Harish is not watering.
Yes,
have
Harish
not
is
been watching.
have to perfect tense, na? Have they don't want. Have and has both are present perfect. They want continuous. So is plus ing, are plus ing. So Harish is not watering. Is not watering the plants. Present continuous tense. Next one. Daman is liked by most people. Use past perfect. Which is the word that comes in the past perfect tense?
Had.
Had.
Had. Right. So, along with had, which is another word that compulsorily comes with it?
Been.
Been.
Been. Yeah.
Had
So,
been
Daman.
most liked by the people.
Daman had been.
Most liked by the people.
No.
Liked
Most.
by most people.
Yes, Daman had been liked by most people. Why most has to come in the middle of the verb? It does not have to. So Daman had been liked by most people. HAD had been liked. Ravana carried Sita away. Use future continuous tense.
Ravan will be carrying Sita away.
Yes, Ravana will be carrying Sita away. Will be carrying. CARRYING. Will be carrying Sita away. Correct? Radhika watches a film. Use past continuous tense.
Radhika was watching a film.
Had been watching a film.
Was watching. Correct? Ketan had written a rude letter. Use future perfect tense. Future plus perfect.
Ketan will have written.
Yeah, future for will and have is perfect. So will plus have plus written. Ketan will have written a rude letter. Correct? Nana brings a new dress for the party. Simple past.
Nana bought a new
Nana
dress
brought.
for the party.
Not bought.
Brought.
Brought. Yes. What's the difference between bought and brought?
Buy. It is a
Bought
past
Bought
form of
means
buy.
means purchase, then brought means to bring.
Yes, you are right. Brought is the past tense of bring and bought is the past tense of buy. Right. So we never take part in violent activities. Use present perfect tense.
We have never took part.
We have
we have
never
never taken part.
taken part.
Taken.
Correct. We have never taken part in violent activities. Sita works hard to complete her work on time. Use the past continuous tense.
Sita
Was working hard.
Had been अच्छा had been working मतलब past perfect continuous हो जाएगा. Past progressive means simple mean use past tense without making it perfect. Only your answer should be perfect.
Was working hard.
Was working hard. Sita was working hard to complete her work on time. Correct. Very well done. In my next slide, I have a few more sentences which we will continue in the next class. If there is anything else you would want to say.
Ma'am, I